how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. It's on the VHS. It's not fucking hard, you know? I hit a lick, man. I hit a lick. Alright. So, I'm going to start it off just talking about my connection with Chainsaw VHS. Okay. Chainsaw, if you've watched any, I mention this fairly often here, the first movie I ever saw that I know of. I'll see pieces of one here and there on TV with my parents, but first one I really cognizant of, I'm going to go see this, is Chainsaw Massacre, the original. What I have here is the remake. And I was 3 years old, so it was 1977, maybe 78. It was before dead middle of summer 78, because that's when I turned 4 that year. Went with my dad and my cousin. My cousin's 10 years older than me. So he was like 13 at the time. He was staying in the summer with his dad wanted to take him. They both wanted to go see Chainsaw. And I fell in love with the movie and all that stuff. VHS, we were one of those families that, like at 78, I think it was. Might have been 79. I want to say 79. Yeah, it was. It was late 78 because it was like a Christmas present. We got a VCR. No, it was not a VHS. It was a Betamax. And we had that until about 81. Then we got a VHS in 81, and the Betamax went into my bedroom. So I started collecting tapes. And tapes are expensive. Even blanks back then. I remember blanks, I'm a little kid. My allowance was no more than $2 a week, maybe. And I sure as hell couldn't save my lunch money because I was in elementary school. We got the little lunch tickets. I brought them at the beginning of the week and paid for them. So, I couldn't do that. So, I didn't have much. So that's why I got, once VHS got affordable and I had, disposable income, I started buying a lot. And I still pick up VHS. I picked this up because, number one, I'm a huge Chainsaw mark. I love almost every film in the series. I have seen up until 3D, which is 2 films after the one that's on your screen here. I'd seen every one of them in the theater. I did not get to see 3D, and I did not get to see the one that's just called Leatherface in a theater. But everyone, I saw the original in a drive-in. I saw the second one, which was unrated. My uncle, that I've mentioned on Positive Videos, Stupid Horror Movies. He took me to see that and had to, I remember the cashier, the ticket girl was giving him shit because, this is unrated. But he's like, I don't care. He's, 10 or... He's seen worse stuff than this, Come on. He's coming in with me. I'm paying for his ticket. I'm his guardian. So I love the Chainsaw. This film right here, this is one... I almost didn't see this one in theaters. Now, let me go through that real quick. I'm going to explain why that's kind of odd. Because this had a huge... The original, big film, drive-ins, played forever. Not that hard to see. And it gets revival screens. The second one didn't do as well in theaters, but huge fan base happens. The third one, new line, so I got decent distribution, saw it in theaters. The fourth one was one that, if you're a Chainsaw fan, very few people saw it here. I got lucky. It played Austin, Texas. And we drove from the asshole of Texas, which is the Golden Triangle area. It's, Port Arthur, Beaumont. What's the other part of the triangle? Is it Orange? Shitty part of Texas. To Austin to go see Chainsaw 4. And this is after I've been warned by Gunnar Hansen, who I've met, I want to say the year before, that it's not going to be a good film. We're doing our own Chainsaw film, it's going to be a lot better. But Kim Hansen had something, so I went and saw it. So when this was announced, I'm like, oh man, that last one was so bad, I don't really know. The person I went to almost every movie with, he went with me to see the last one, and cussed me up the whole ride home about how horrible the movie was, and you made me ride in a car for, it was probably 5 hours in the car going, round trip to go see this really shitty movie. So, we weren't, the original plan was, I wanted to see this in theater because I've seen all the others, but at the time, we were moving. I was moving from Port Arthur, Texas to Nederland, Texas. Right on the edge of Port Neches. And the theater, there was a theater in the mall, local mall, who a buddy of mine managed. And he would either let us in for extremely cheap, okay, I think that price, which was like $3 no matter when we went. Or, because, movie theaters really didn't make that much money off the ticket sales. Man, as long as, tell you, I won't charge you for the tickets, but buy a soda and a popcorn, a small one each, I'll give you refills. Shit like that. Did not know, and I don't know why. I don't remember asking me. I don't remember what he said. This only played 3 weeks there,